Hello, this is Kim with Crochet with Kim. I hope that you're having a wonderful day. I am hoping that you're enjoying this fall season. The leaves are about to change and holidays are about to enter in. And with that being said, we want to use different colors and different designs and different things of that nature. I was sitting on the sofa, and I'm the type of person that says, if I do this, what will this look like? So this is, you would think, is a typical granny square, but as you can see, it's not quite a square. That it is more of a rectangle. And if you were to take measurements of it, this is about about 4 3/4, and then this way would be about 5 1/2. So we know that a square is perfect. It's the same measurement all the way around, but this is more of a rectangle. So I said, let me just see what this looked like. And I love this pattern. I loved how it came out, that I thought I wanted to share it with you. Now, I didn't write this down anywhere, so I'm just going to follow what the pattern looked like. And it is actually like 6 points in this circle, and I'll show you how I did it. And I didn't use exactly exactly 4 double crochets. I actually used only 3. So if we start, and I'll use a magic circle. I know some would like to chain, and I would chain possibly about 6 or 7. I haven't really tried it that way to do the chaining, because I like to do the magic ring, but I believe it will be about 7 that you will need to chain. And then you would put in that ring 3 double crochet, and I am using an eye hook, 5.5 millimeter. I also have me a pair of scissors and a darning needle. I am using, I love this cotton, and it is 97% cotton and 3% metallic polyester. It is in white, and it has a little bit of glitter in it, if you can see it. But I love this, and I said, well, I'm sure I have enough to complete this. It all depends on how big or how small you want your project to be, but I'll just do this for tutorial purposes. We'll chain 2, and then we will go back through the ring, and we will have 3 more double crochets, or 2 more double crochets, I'm sorry, for a total of 3. I'm so sorry. And then chain 2, and then we will have 3 more double crochets, and then we will chain 2, and then we will have 3 more double crochets, Now, to make that perfect square, we will have that 1, 2, 3, and 4, but I'm going to add 2 more, chain 2 stitches and 3 double crochets. So this will be my 5th one, and then chain 2, and this will be my 6th one. my 3 double crochets, and then chain 2. So actually it would be like 3 more. I chained 2, so I do apologize. I will go in the very top of that very first double crochet. Then I will pull, but I wouldn't pull it too tight. Not just yet. Not just yet. Now, what I will do, I will slip stitch over. So we're already in the first double crochet. Slip stitch over into the second double crochet and slip stitch right into that chain 2 space. I will do chain 3, and then we'll have the second double crochet and then the third double crochet, and then we will chain 2 and we will go right back into that space. So we'll have our first double crochet, our second double crochet, and then our third double crochet. We'll go right over to that next chain 2 space and do the first double crochet, the second double crochet, and the third double crochet, chain 2, and do the very first double crochet right back into that same chain 2 space, second double crochet, and the third double crochet. Now in this next chain 2 space, we're just putting 3 double crochets. That's it. We're just going to put 3 double crochets. So there's 1, 2, and this is our third one. Now in this next chain 2 space, we're going to put 1 double crochet, 2 double crochet, and 3 double crochet, chain 2, and then we'll do the second the second 3-part double crochet. So that's our first one, our second one, and this is our third one. We'll go right over to this next chain 2 space and we'll put a second corner, which is the 3 double crochets, chain 2. Well, actually this will be our 4th corner, but the second one on this side. This is our second double crochet, and then this is our third double crochet. Then in this center spot right here, we're just going to put 3 double crochets. So there's the first one, the second one, and the third one. Now we are going to look at the very top of that very first double crochet, and we will slip stitch. We will chain over to the chain 2 space, and we will chain 3. We'll do our corner, which is the 3 double crochets, chain 2, and 3 double crochets to make our first corner. Then we will go into this chain. It's not really a chain, it's actually just a space in between there, and we'll go ahead and just put 3 double crochet. But you're gonna see a little difference here. This is what we will consider like the side, but you're gonna see some, whereas with a square it will be the same, the equal amount all the way around, but with this it's going to be a little different. So we'll go to our next corner, we'll do our double crochet, 3 of those, chain 2, and we'll add 3 more double crochet. So that's our first one, our second one, and our third one. Now we're on the side. We'll do our first 3 double crochets in this space, and then we'll go into our second space and just do 3 double crochet. Then we will work in our corner, 3 double crochets, chain 2, and then 3 more double crochets. Now on this side, we only have 1 space, so we'll put in that space 3 double crochets. And then in this corner space, we will have 3 double crochets, chain 2, and then 3 double crochets. And now we're on the opposite side, where we'll have 3 double crochets in that first space, and then 3 double crochets in the next space. And then we'll go 1, 2, and 3 right at the top of that very first double crochet, and we will slip stitch. Now if you lay your work down, you will see that you're forming it looks like a square, but actually it's a rectangle. It is a rectangle because the 2 sides here are equal with the 2 openings of 2 blocks of double crochet in each one, or single ones, I'm sorry, the single ones on this side, the double ones on this side. If I turn it this way, the doubles are on this side, and then the single is on this side. So you'll start really seeing it once it really gets big enough where you can say, oh, it isn't a perfect square. It is not a perfect square. And like I said, it was something that I sat down. I was just fooling around with some yarn, and I said, I wonder what it'll look like if I did this. So this is what I came up with. So we'll go ahead and we will do our first corner, which is 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets, and then in this side we will have 2 openings, or 2 spaces, where we'll put just 3 double crochets. We do not have to chain 2 in between these. The 3 double crochets will create the space for the next row, as you can see. Then we're at our corner. We'll do 3 double crochets, chain 2, and then 3 double crochets. So we'll go ahead and do that. Now on this side, we will have 3 spaces. So we'll have the first space with 3 double crochets, the second space with 3 double crochets, and the third space with 3 double crochets. And then we will go to our next corner. Again, we're repeating the pattern all the way around. It's just that we're adding spaces each round that we go. So we'll have the 3, chain 2, and then 3 more double crochets. And then this side, we will only need 2 sets of double crochet of 3. So that's our first set. This is our second set. And then our corner. And we'll go ahead and put our first 3 double crochet, chain 2, and then 3 more double crochets. Then we will go ahead and complete this round with first set of 3 double crochets in the first space, our second set of 3 double crochet, and a second set, and a third set of 3 double crochets. So it's not really a long process. We'll search for the top of that first double crochet, and sometimes it can be a little stickler, but as you can see, it is coming along really nicely, and you can see that triangle effect. Not triangle, I'm sorry. I've been working a lot of triangles too. Rectangle effect. You can see that rectangle coming into more vividly now. And then if you want, you can go as far as you would like. Now this one I did like 1, 2, 3, 4 rounds, and then the border. You can go as large or as small as you would like for it. Because this is so sparkly, I like the effect that it's leaving. I might just do 1 more round, and it's the same with your corners. You do your first 3 double crochets, chain 2, and then your next set of double crochets. On the top and bottom, you will be adding 3. It all depends on what you would consider your top and bottom, but this will be adding 3 sets, and on the sides it will be adding 4 sets of double crochet. Maybe they'll look good in a triple crochet. I'm just getting tongue-tied right now. It's a trio of double crochet for this side, and then we'll go ahead and do our 3 in each one of our spaces. It can be considered the top or the side, whichever way you wanted it to be. I'm sorry about that. Moving around here. And then we're right here in our corner. I'm going to pull that a little tighter. So we'll have our first set of 3, chain 2, and then our second set of 3. And now in our trio, we will have 4 double crochets in each of these spaces. You do not have to chain 2 in between these. You just go right into the next space and just do 3 more double crochets, and then you go into next space and do the 3, and then the next space you do a 3. Then what you will do, you will do your corner 3 double crochets, chain 2, and 3 more double crochets. And then you'll put in 3 sets of double crochets on this side. So that's our first one. Here's our second one. Here's our third one. And then we're at our corner again. Oops. And you just work right into the next one. Next corner will be 3 double crochets, chain 2, and then 3 double crochets. Then we'll have our next set, 3 in our first space. This is the side where we'll have 4. So that's our first one. This is our second set of 3, a third set of 3, and then we'll have our 4th set. So 1, 2, and 3 and 4, and then we'll go straight in the top of that first double crochet, slip stitch. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a border, but when you put the border, you do the same thing with our corners, where it's 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochet. That does not change. And what I do, I go into that first double crochet of that set of 3, and then I will just go right into the top of each one of those crochets, double crochets, I'm sorry, and then right across the chains. So if you are seeing the chains there, you just go right into that chain. Oops. Then you want to stay on that hook. And we will just go across. Keep it going here. Now you will go right into the chains and when you get over here into the chain 2 space, you'll do your 3 double crochets, chain 2, and then 3 double crochets. Now, always remember, you kind of have to move it over if you need to, but that first double crochet stitch, you want to go right into the top of that. And you will just continue on with your border, and take each double crochet stitch across, and we will continue on. And remember that this is the longer side, because this is where the 4 spaces were. So it is going to have more stitches on this side. And we will just keep going. And each chain across, including into the 3 chains, top of the chains of the corner stitches, until you get into the center. Then in the chain 2 space, you'll do your 3 double crochets, and then we'll chain 2, and then 3 more double crochets. And Then we're going to make sure we get in the top of that very first double crochet into that trio group of the space. It's easy. If you miss it, it's okay. It doesn't make a big difference, but you just want to keep it as uniform as you possibly can. Because I think in one of I did a black and white one where I did the center white and then the border was black. I call it my tuxedo coaster, and it turned out really well. But I can tell when if you miss a stitch, how it will cause it to look. So I unraveled it and recrocheted it, and it turned out perfect. I'm meticulous like that. If it doesn't look right, I try to go back and fix it if it's possible. If not, I just try not to let it bother me too much. Okay, so we right back to our corner and right into that chain 2. We do our 3 double crochets. Then we'll chain 2 and then do 3 more double crochets. And then make sure we look at, and if you're not sure, just look at that first double crochet right there and kind of pull it back and go right into the top of that one. And then you just continue on into each stitch across, and this is our 4 space side, so we are going to have more stitches on this side. You just keep going right along. And it's up to you how big or how small you would like to make it. I just wanted to see what it would look like to have 6 rounds on it. It looked like an oversized coaster. Now go ahead and I'll start finishing up, making sure that I get into each one of those double crochet chains, and making sure you get right at the top, because sometimes it can be a little snug, a little bit, and get right in the top of that one right here. And then you go ahead and you slip stitch, and then I like to work over to the center, chain 1, kind of give it a little pull, and because this one only had 2 strings, because I only used the 1 color, I can go ahead and work that on through. I try to work it through the stitch itself, on the top of it. Not pulling too tight, because you don't want to pull that corner. Then do a crisscross, put it in there, and then just kind of work it on through. Came out of my needle. Okay, and just kind of pull it through, not too tight. I can get kind of heavy-handed with it sometimes because I want to make sure that it's in here. And then I'll probably go ahead and work it through another stitch. just to give it a little bit of reinforcement. There's my first string. Now I didn't pull this real tight because I didn't want to do it too early as I was working the project, but now that it's completed, I can kind of give it a little pull this into the center of my needle, my eye of the needle, kind of work it into the ring or the circle. And as you can see, as I'm pulling, it's already a little snug, and I like it that way because again, it gives it a little bit of reinforcement. I usually like to go under the ring a little bit, kind of pull it, and there we go. I'll pull it out to the side. Now the definition of the rectangle is actually given. It almost looks like a little small picture frame, and if we were to measure it, that is, this particular one is about 6.5 inches wide, and it is about 7.5 inches tall. It's pretty good size. It can be considered like an oversized coaster, which I like it. I do like it, and it is, as you can see, it was pretty easy to do. It works up really quick. I just put on an extra roll because altogether I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 rolls. So that is including my border. Not very long to do. It is very, very pretty, very festive. I don't know if you can actually see the little sparkles in it, but it has little sparkles in it. I really like that little metallic look. Now is causing me to want to go out and buy some more metallic yarn, maybe like some blue or some green and red, you know, for the holidays. I think that would be pretty awesome. If I can find some gold and black, that would be great for like the New Year's. But anyway, I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial. I really do enjoy doing new things that I've never seen before. I'm not saying that it's not out here. I just never seen it. But as I was sitting on my sofa, I just thought I'd give it a try and see what happens. And it turns out really, really nice. As you can see, it's so much bigger. And I used a bigger hook. I think this is a G hook that I used for the green, but I used an I hook for that one, and it's very, very pretty. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I really do enjoy doing this. Come back and see me with whatever I try to create or come up with the next time, so we can have fun crocheting. But for right now, you have yourself a wonderful day, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.